Welcome to this Mobilityisite video first look.
Hey, what's up YouTube? This is Chris Likeness, Mobilityisite.com, and I have in front of you the Samsung Moment. It is a Android device on the Sprint network. Boom, Sprint. There you go. Samsung makes it. It's a plain Jane Google Android phone, and that's it. Let's take a look at it. We're going to do a quick unboxing and a little hardware look here, and then I will, judging by the weight of that, the PR agencies preceded the battery. We're going to take a look at what's in the box, then we're going to take a look at a little device comparison and a tour around the device, and then give me a day or two to play around with it, and then we'll do a software tour of the device. So I'm kind of doing it that way these days. So okay, now here in the box we have a USB to micro USB connector for syncing with your PC. We've got the power cable, which these are the exact same accessories that came with the Intrepid that I looked at the other day. So that is a micro USB, not proprietary. I apologize for that mistake. I just saw the blade connector and thought it was huge. Set of earbuds with a 3.5 millimeter, not an inch, millimeter connector. Nice to see a good set of those put in there. And the customary pack of cards that I will not, or manuals that I won't open. One thing I do see in here that's a little different is there's a SD to micro SD converter in here. Yeah, micro to, or SD to micro. So let's do this number here, close the box up, and just move this out of the way. So here we go. We've got the Samsung Moment. This is a slider. It feels kind of good. It's kind of heavy. Doesn't feel real cheap or anything. Samsung doesn't make anything cheap usually anyway. So yeah, here we go. This is a I think a 3.2 inch AMOLED display, which is I'm not sure exactly what it means or what the acronym means, but basically each pixel is its own emits its own light. It doesn't have a backlight behind it. If you want to learn more about it, it's spelled OMELED, and check it out. You could probably learn more than you ever wanted to know about that technology. It's pretty new. Starting on this side here, we have the lanyard connector, where you would put a lanyard. You got a volume up and down rocker here. Nothing else on that side, nothing on the bottom. Over here we've got a camera button and a voice command type button that would bring up like a voice activated controls. I'm not sure, we hadn't tried it yet. Right here we have what's probably the micro SD slot. No, this is the micro USB slot. I guess the micro SD slot's going to be up under the battery there. So micro USB slot for charging and syncing. Under here on the top we have a 3.5 millimeter audio jack, which a lot of people clamor about. So there you have it. On the front of the device you've got your speaker here. Got your nice display there. Got a home key and a back key, which is also the actually, I don't know, maybe that's on screen there. I'm not sure. We'll find out. I believe that's going to be a dual purpose. That's the call and the hang up, but at the same time it shows back and home, and then this is the menu. So we'll find that out pretty soon here. So anyway, let's take a look at the back here. I've got a speaker right here, if you can see that. Samsung is impressed into this kind of rubbery back here. Moment with Google, 3.2 inch or 2 megapixel camera. It's got a little vanity mirror, LED flash, and the lens. Let's see how we get the back off of here. Do we slide it up? Nope, slide this one down. Right, there we go. We've got the battery, which is a 1440 milliamp hour battery. That's pretty hot. And right here, this is a CDMA phone on the Sprint Sprint network, so you obviously got no SIM card for it. Here they have included a micro SD card, 2 gig, and it'll take up to a 32 gig, which I think is the biggest that's being made right now by SanDisk. And that's it on the back here. So let's get this back cover back on, if I can pick it back up. That slid down, so I got to go back up there. There we go. On here we've got your keyboard here. It's a nice looking keyboard. The only thing I'm seeing on here, I like the dedicated number row, although that kind of takes away from the space that you have for some other keys. I've always liked this dedicated number row. The HTC Tilt 2 has that dedicated number row, and I really like that. I got used to it, although, you know, some of the older devices like the Tilt 2 from AT&T did not have the number row. It's got the kind of like a dialer there. See the blue numbers there. So anyway, we'll look at that a little closer in a minute. So yeah, you got a dedicated search button here. You got a function for the function keys for the additional uses of the keys there. The space bar, oh my god, that is a little bit small. I don't know how that's going to work out too well. Then you've got which kind of like this, you've got some directional arrows there for maneuvering around within your document or whatever. And the enter key's way up here, so kind of heads or tails on that. Here's another little protector to pull off. So yeah, that's the device. It's a nice size. It's a slide out keyboard, which, you know, I always like. And yeah, here we go. This is it against the HTC Tilt 2, which is, or excuse me, HTC Touch Pro 2, which is the same as the Tilt 2 on the AT&T network. Literally identical in width and height. Pretty comparable. Let's look here at the keyboards. There's a lot less wasted space on this keyboard than there is on the Touch Pro 2. So let's see here. We just looked at this one, but let's look again. This is the predecessor to the Tilt 2. This is the HTC Fuse on AT&T. Oh, that's a dead fuse now, isn't it? Fuse is a little thicker, a little shorter. There you go. Let's see, let's take a look at the HTC Diamond 2, which doesn't have a slide out keyboard, so I don't know why I'm really showing you this. I like to show devices that are similar to the device that I'm showing them against. So there you go. And this is that weird phone that I showed you last night, which is kind of neat, feels really solid. Some people in the comments said that this is a piece of junk, but if I wasn't a smartphone kind of guy, I think I could look into something like that. That connector is a complaint that a lot of people had. But this video is not about the iNo, it's about the moment. So let's get back into the moment. Oh, I see what I did there. Yeah, so anyway, that is the Sprint Samsung moment. And my name is Chris Leckness, Mobilityisite.com. This device, oh, it's got an 800 megahertz processor too, which I can't wait to give a spin. I've heard some lackluster, some of my colleagues and I were talking about it, and some people weren't too overly impressed with it. I don't know if it was timing or the fact that it's running a vanilla version of Android. It doesn't have the TouchWiz, and it's obviously not an HTC device, so it's not going to have the Sense UI. And it's just running the base, I think 1.6. I may be wrong, but we'll find out when we get it charged or powered up and check it out. But anyway, my name is Chris Leckness, Mobilityisite.com. I'm going to get down, play with it, and then come with a software video in the next couple days. Thanks for watching.